the way through to colour and finish?
Just until the time is up, really. Yeah. So, right, what is that for?
That's the one that was plugged into yours.
That was on your... Cool.
Yeah, so thanks guys, we're actually just setting up for the stream. It's actually live now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You need a microphone as well, though. That's the only other issue. Or should we just have it in the middle of us? Yeah, that microphone is yours.
Yeah.
Is that one set up on there? If not...
Oh, you mean he needs one?
This one, I need to see the audio input. It's actually Rodecaster main. Yeah, that's fine. Let's sign on to...
Should I sign in as well?
We are live. It is live. Yeah, buddy. Right.
I remember not to pick my nose.
So share this. Copy link. How long is this iPad gonna take?
I thought you said it had 50 seconds.
A long 50 seconds.
Yeah, now it's got 2 seconds.
Definitely longer than 2 seconds.
So thanks for coming in, guys. I'm going to take a picture of you for the stories, I think. And
The notifications have gone out.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Until we know that this is updated. Yeah, wherever, that side. And we'll share this mic, right?
Yeah, that's cool, yeah. Did we set... We haven't set 2 mics up for this, have we? But there are no... 3 will be going through the road anyway, won't they?
Yeah, do you want to see if... Right, and you talk. Just talk about yourself and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're here on here, right? Yeah, do you want to see if,
Where should I be with this mic? Is that in the way?
Yep, it's fine.
That's fine, yeah.
You're all good. Yep, cool. We're just literally waiting for that update. Do you want to just start on my iPad?
If you want.
Yeah. So, right. Take that off. Come on, buddy.
Is it still just doing its thing?
Still saying it's saying preparing update now, so I didn't want to. Yeah. So there you go. Right. Okay. Cool, guys. Thanks for joining. So now we're actually up and in.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. The beard is looking great. Yeah. Thank you. Spectacular. Actually. Yeah. Thank you. We're actually. Ant is the one who is on screen now. He's going to be kind of giving the lesson. Point the mic towards you, Ant.
Sorry, man. There we go.
So what are we going to do today then?
So we'll go through trying to draw a shark, I guess.
Sharks.
Yeah, do a shark.
I saw that video you posted of that shark.
Oh yeah.
On the beach, right? It was all fucked up.
Oh man, yeah.
What was that about?
In all honesty, I can't even say. I just saw it and it looked sad. And they were like removing the shark, but it was all on mute. So I literally, all I saw was the stuff, and I was like, "This looks sad. I better post it."
Yeah, they were kind of like dragging it by the.
Yeah, man, it was like an actual proper great white, like washed up. It was horrible. It died on the beach, isn't it? Brutal.
Right, and we're going to try and draw once this iPad is done. We're going to try and follow. So we're following live with you guys.
So let's see. Right, what you got? Yeah, that's good. I can just use the sketch with.
If you go into my recents at the top, I've got one called Sketchcraft.
Oh, I think I'm on that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That should be okay.
Let's see if you can get a.
Oh, my kids have been on here again.
Yeah, did you see that where I got my kids on like trying to like colour in the teeth for me? Okay, so right,
Great
let's.
if we had a shotgun mic or something.
Is this
like
gonna?
that.
Yeah, okay, this is gonna work.
Oh,
All right.
I'm just underneath it.
So what do you want me to do? Just like talk through like what I'm about to do now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
go
you
for
would
it.
go through the process of doing
All right,
it. Really.
okay. All right, so if we just do one of my normal sort of like neo trad sharks, then it kind of just looks like a weird boomerang that's just top heavy. So I always start with kind of like what would be essentially kind of the rib cage, sort of like mid body section. So if I just do like a big kind of oval like this, is it gonna? Why is it not ovaling? There we go. So that would kind of like be the rib cage, and then the direction of the shark would be the next thing, which is kind of gonna go like that, I guess. So towers will be down at the arrow end. For the head, it's basically just a smaller oval. So make an oval.
When did you start
Roughly
drawing?
about like this, I guess. Huh?
When's your first shark drawing? Do you think?
Well, I did one for Cody. I tattooed on him years ago.
Okay.
So when I drew that, that must have been like, you're probably going back about 15 years ish, maybe more than that. But
Yeah.
on the way here, I did have a look at some of my old ones just to see, and it's mad how much they've changed. To be fair,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. To be fair, so yeah, all right. So now I got that. You still want me to just go through and just yeah? All right, sweet. So that line down is basically just going to show where kind of like the snout is and the kind of bottom jaw, and then we'll just really crudely just join the body up here to the side and the top of the shark, which will be here. So now we've got that, we can pretty much just bring it all the way out to the top. Like I said, that'll be the snout. Oh, and then I suppose we'll go next with just working out how like the bottom jaw will join to the body. So this is kind of like the belly bit here, and the jaw sort of like come here as this gets further up. So now we'll go to like the top gum, and if we do it so like the shark's got that kind of, it's like the jaws coming out at you, innit? When it goes for that bite, that's always like the bit that that's like the money shot when you draw a shark, innit?
Yeah,
like,
where the gum protrudes the face.
That's it, that one. Yeah, so that's like a weird one because obviously if you get into the technicalities, like the jaw comes forward and then like the back of the head is kind of behind, so it's kind of like that top bit separate. But it's neo trad, it can be whatever. So if we kind of like just start with an arch like that, that'll kind of give us a basic direction of where it will go, and then we can just join it up. So now you can kind of see this is basically what we're playing with for like the roof for the whole jaw. Putting a line on top, so you've kind of got the gum. And now this is where I kind of just eyeball it. I don't really have any sort of like set way of like where I put my eyes and things. I literally just, if I've got like a nostril around here, then I'm probably going to put my eye around there.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks pretty bang on.
Like, it's just like, it'll just be like however it is. But that's the good thing about this, isn't it? Like neo-strad, you just...
Yeah,
you can mess around with stuff. It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to look cool at the end, right?
Yeah.
So now the easiest part is obviously the fins, because we just do just like another kind of weird boomerangy kind of shape. Just do that across the body. Again, it doesn't really matter where. And then we'll put in a dorsal fin up top. Oh, get that back. Okay, so now we got that. I'll just spat on your iPad.
So wait for my iPad to turn on.
Is my iPad still there messing around?
It just says preparing update.
What the hell?
I think I can use it while it's doing it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, like as you can see there, like that's kind of all the basics down. So from there, you just like fill it out. So just start joining fins up to the body.
I need your pen as well.
Yeah, here you go.
Cool, thanks.
So now, yeah, just start elaborating. Am I all right to move this around, by the way, on the screen? like the paper
Yeah,
and that, or is it going to look weird on your YouTube?
I'll
thing?
tell you if you're out of screen, but you work more to the right-hand side of your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's the only real tip, really.
All right. Sweet. All right. So let's do. If that's where that meets. What's on here? Right. So this would kind of be like sort of center belly line-ish. So we can take the fin from around here. Join it up about there. It's probably a little bit far forward to the jaw, to be fair. So I might actually move that back.
If anyone's got any questions, just shove them in the chat, and then I can ask for you guys.
Very crudely done, so I apologise. Normally, if I'm doing this stuff, like, I just take ages. It's the only thing with digital art now, isn't it? You just like can keep fiddling and keep filling. Right, the gills on these, this is actually kind of like a little cool bit I like to do. The gills actually start at kind of like here at the top of like the fin. That's kind of like where it cuts in and under the belly. So you don't have to go down as far as that, but that's kind of like where they start, like around here. So they'll come up in the direction of the head and they'll sort of finish somewhere behind the fin. So if you take that as like your section for gills, then you can kind of just normally just do like 5 lines. And that's roughly where the gills are going to sit, and you can elaborate on them later. Get that other fin in there. That's in there. All right, okay. Where should we go from here? It's looking a bit skinny down here, so I'm just going to put like a kind of another fold as if it's kind of twisting on itself a bit, and then just thicken this up down here a little. You're also going to have a couple of other fins, so this is kind of like a side shot here of the fin down the bottom. So essentially this is going to be your bottom, this is the top. So if we take this belly line that's up here and we bring that to kind of meet, keep going to your rubber, and that comes and then meets the bottom, that's going to again give you a rough idea of the body direction. So from here, this is where we'll put in, I can't remember the name of these fins actually. No, it's not. It's just a second. It's not the dorsal fin's top fin, right?
Oh, okay.
So then like, but yeah, anyway, you got these like little fucking fins down here. So come draw with the Essex boy. So yeah, you got a couple of fins down there, and then again you're gonna have like another small one just down here by the tail as well.
Where did you learn this technique? Did you just
honestly?
Is this something that you just built up over time?
I think it is. I think if you went back to like my earlier sharks, I probably would have just done like a little fucking like banana shape, like that, do you know what I mean? And then just gone from there. So yeah, things have changed a lot. But yeah, it's like anything in it. It's just the more you do it, the more you get to grips with it. So now those sketches are down, let's sort out the head. And once we kind of add these details, and we should just be able to go through and put a pen line around it all. Is this like all okay so far, or is there anything like?
We're getting on. Joe seems to be getting on.
Yeah, cool.
I've caught up now. Yeah.
All right, sound.
So quick.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, look.
I worry about like, oh, there you go, sound. Yeah, I worry about sort of like, maybe am I going through things like too quick or is it too slow? So then I try and speed up thinking everything's like slow when it's online. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, I'm going to get people getting bored.
Yeah,
So-
well, it's time to, people can rewind it back and stuff as well.
Yeah, true.
So it looks good, guys.
All right.
It's a little hard to see the lighter lines while he's drawing on the screen. That's the only
Yeah.
feedback. Yeah.
All right. So let me thicken the stuff
that,
up.
that might be the
Color.
No, yeah. Try and change the color. Go for red, something striking.
Yeah.
But it might be the display on YouTube.
Oh, right, yeah, gotcha.
What's it called? Like the graphics or whatever.
All right. Well, I'll do a little recap then. So, right. So this is where we started with the body. So this is kind of like the ribcage section, like I said. So once you've got that, then you can do one for the head. So now we're just working with 2 ovals. From there, I do a straight line down, just so it keeps the snout and the bottom jaw kind of in line. And then after that, let's just go with the direction. So you can see up here, I've just done like a directional line. Oops. It's a directional line all the way down and through. So that's kind of showing you where the shark's going. And then from there, I can just join up a towel to the body.
Oh no, I'm back.
So that's kind of like those bits. Then I think from there, we said about the jaw. So the jaw here just meets the body. So it comes up here and then cuts back on itself and around. That's kind of the basics there. And then you've got the top gum. So as a recap, is that kind of making sense? Or are people a little bit thrown off?
Yeah, we get a slight delay on YouTube. So.
Okay, cool. All right, so then from there, we had kind of like the boomerang across the middle, which is going to give you fins. And then you can just place in a triangle up top for your dorsal fin. And then if we come down below, again, you can kind of do like a bit of like a crescent moon, I guess, for your towel.
Oh yeah, and you've got little fins there.
So then we got like the little fins. So once you got that like belly line down, which is then what I said, because you're kind of like seeing a lot of the underside of the shark. So once your belly line comes in, and then you've got your bottom and your top of like the towel, then that belly line can kind of come down to meet the bottom. And then either side of that line, that's when we can kind of put in those other fins. And then the other one sits on the line. Okay.
It seems to have figured out. They said that awesome, so they could see it on the screen.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. All right, cool. Am I all right from here to, because that's quite dark, so I kind of like need to still sketch on top of that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. I might have to just thingy that layer a little bit. All right, let's go in with. Let's go a bit darker. Sod it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come up to. Let's come up to the mouth and just start messing around with that, and then we can go back into the fins at the end. So we'll put in a second gum line here. So now you're working with these between these two as the kind of like the bottom part of the jaw. So with this, I like to do sort of like 3 rows of teeth. So what I'll do is I'll start with like, I don't really have a plan for this. This is just, I'm just gonna have to kind of just show you just by putting it in. But essentially I just put a small row of teeth at the front. And this is kind of just where the gum meets like the kind of underneath of the chin, I guess. And once they're in, then I do a second bigger row, which kind of like get bigger in size, like towards the front. And then this is the kind of like, some people understand this, so it kind of makes sense, but they start going back on themselves, obviously, as they go the other way. So they go around the jaw. And the jaw finishes inside the mouth, so normally just do like 1 or 2 inside. And then I do a third row, like I said, which is even smaller, which just sits in between those teeth. And then the actual gum line we'll have there will be like on this second row. Cool, that's really chunky. And then we'll go to, let's go to the top gum. So I actually prefer that line I had in before. So we've got that. Now we can start putting the bigger teeth in. And again, this jaw is probably going to kind of come back inside a little bit. So we'll just continue the teeth like that.
And they kind of sit on top of each other, those teeth.
And those what the lower jaw ones.
Oh, you're kind of curving it back in.
Yeah, they sort of like curve back in. It's actually not the best angle of jaw I've done actually to show that off, but we'll roll with it. So then from here, to be honest, this is all the basics I usually have. I don't really get too involved from here. So once I've got this is just when I'll start taking a pen round and doing a few bits.
Yeah.
So let's just go with it.
Yeah, let's see that.
Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
So I'll set up another layer and I'll just make this layer a lot less. It's actually quite hard, like talking about doing things in like a structured way because
Yeah.
it's just so. Even though I have a method for this, it's just you know what it's like talking through things as you're doing it. You just expect people to know what you're talking about when you're like, yeah, you just do a bit of that there, you know, and it's like, no, I don't. That's why I'm watching.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, guys. Right, your liner. What liners you got on here that's good? A smooth liner.
That's the thing, is it depends on
The way I like to.
Yeah, on the way that you like to do it, because
Yeah, that should be okay.
I will use the Sketchcraft to just do black.
Oh, would
but
you?
I will like tighten the sizes and change them.
Ah, okay.
Because I kind of like the pencily look.
Right, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, screw what you like. We'll do this.
See, it's your show, man.
Right, okay. So let's just start from the snout because it's there.
My head kind of looks like one of those street shark ones, just like nose is a bit bent.
Oh yeah, sick.
We've been talking about street sharks a lot lately.
Really?
They've come up a lot.
I done like a nostalgia sleeve on someone the other day that had some street sharks in it, and,
Oh, yeah.
and biker mice from Mars and all that stuff. Yeah, rad. Right.
Like the hand puppet thing.
So I'm gonna put a little lump in here because obviously it kind of lumps out. Kind of ridge over the eye a little bit, I guess, and then come back.
Let's see what ones you use then. You've got taper pen.
To be honest,
Remind me to send you
even though this is a pen, this still isn't going to be like, for me it wouldn't normally be final. This is way thinner, but this is just so I stop focusing too much on the sketch that I've got down, and then I can just start like refining. It's just I prefer to just normally work cleaner, like less sketchy, a bit more clean, and then just keep making the layers like more or less opaque, and then just keep going over and keep going over. The nose has kind of like a little shape like that.
Oh, I'm having trouble with this one.
Get the eye in. Okay, let's get to the gills. So another little thing I actually quite like to do here is I kind of like give shape to the body by imagining kind of like a line here. This will make more sense when it comes to shading. So now when I draw my gills on, they kind of like curve round and then bend from there.
Ah, yes.
What's that? Oh, 5, there we go.
Very helpful.
There you go, I'll try.
What's everyone drawing in the chat? Are you drawing along, or have you got some stuff that you've got to be drawing at the moment?
They've probably thought, "Ah, fuck this dude makes no sense." So yeah, now we go through and just sort of like thicken these gills up.
Is it hard to draw on my iPad?
I'm just not getting too like all these gaps, but like it's just because it's just the way I do it, man.
I'm finding it really hard to draw on yours.
Oh,
feels
really?
Alien.
Have you got one of those? Yeah, have you got one of those things on here? I've got one of those. What do you call it? It's on yours. I know it's like what do you call
a
them?
screen protector.
Yeah, like
No,
those paper-like ones.
Mine's raw.
Oh mate, I don't like this.
Raw
Nah,
dog.
it's fine. So then the head would kind of come down. The body would kind of. There's all like little folds and kind of like body line movements I put in just to sort of like give it a bit of flow.
Holly Davis is at work icing biscuits. Nice.
Oh.
Shout out.
Are they shark biscuits? Okay.
Yeah, she's just icing a shark onto a biscuit. That'll be using your tutorial. Can I do this?
Okay, so this is the belly line. This is the bit I like. So kind of like imagine that the kind of like the center line of the belly kind of like concaves in. So you kind of meet the center line and then come back out and around, if that makes sense. So then obviously that there is kind of like the center line within your belly. But I've just seen that that's pretty shit to where that jaw is. So I'm going to change that. And so I'll take it from the center line and just come up a little bit more, because then that's where the jaw's going to go there.
What's your biggest shark tattoo you've done?
Biggest one. I did. I'm doing actually a massive like great white and like just overly sized eel up some guy's leg at the minute. It's one of my oldest clients, Callum, and that's pretty sweet. To be fair, I'm actually stoked to kind of keep going with that one. Yeah, that's like huge. Like I think the great white head shark on his side of his leg is about that big.
Oh,
Like the
nice.
jaw is like huge. It's
Yeah,
massive.
yeah.
And where I've gone that big with it, I've been able to get like really cool and like experimental with it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like different, like instead of just using like black to one other color, I've been able to use like loads of different colors. So it's been pretty cool, to be fair. God, I say to be fair a lot. It's kind of annoying. So these are just those kind of little folds we kind of put in just to kind of like show that it's not so smooth. Like you could actually not put any of that in and just have the shark just really curvy. It wouldn't really matter.
Yeah, I like that. It kind of has that Japanese kind of element of a snake's belly in it.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's basically where I got the idea from. Yeah, shark's bodies are all like cartilage, aren't they? They're not actually like bones, so they can be like super fucking bendy if you want them to be. It doesn't really matter. It's still neotrad at the end of the day, so who gives two shits?
They're Easter egg biscuits, huh? Nice.
Easter egg biscuits.
Sharks can be Easter. Sharks need Easter too.
Oh, that's a fun new little eraser there. I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
How you getting on, Joe?
I've never tried drawing a shark like this.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those ones that like if you wanted to be, like you could be really lazy with it because it's such a simple shape, really.
You could get a lot of different styles out of that form as well. Like, you know, the really Sailor Jerry shark is still in that position. And but now you've elaborated on all the shapes. It's just like turned into, you know, it had like the bare bones and then now it's neotrad and then, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
It builds up.
Cool. So there's a lot of stuff here that doesn't make sense at the minute, but it kind of will when we shade, or if we're going to get to that anyway. So, right, let's just neaten up this mouth a little bit. So I'll bring the jaw up, and then
A lot of layering on the teeth, isn't there?
yeah. To be fair, it's got quite confusing down on that lower jaw part. If I'd opened that up a little bit, it would have made more sense. So my bad there. So let's do where the kind of gum comes out, I guess. So I kind of take a line from about here and then just all the way around until it kind of makes sense. So about there. And then these are all the kind of cool bits I mess around with at the minute is I just do loads of like these kind of like wrinkles. And to be honest, they're pretty pants to be fair. But yeah, normally I get just all sorts of like different sort of shapes and stuff in there, just like as if I'm taking like these little ridges that I put in and just kind of bringing the folds around from there.
Yeah.
And then I'll put a break in them and put in more and like, you know what I mean? Like you can just kind of just do whatever you want with that bit.
I always think that bit makes it look more aggressive.
Yeah, it's just you're making it all like look bunched up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can come to this. So this will probably make more sense if you just start with that second row first, because that's the one where you're basically going to have like an actual line to kind of join it all up, and then the other teeth will just feed off of that. How aggressive do we want to get with this? Let's go out. Ooh. Okay, it's not actually like the best shape I've given you guys, but
So what is your favourite country artist?
I'd say Brothers Osborne, but I get grilled for this because obviously,
We're
like,
gonna have to check this out.
yeah, man. Honestly, when I was working with Perry, Perry is like he likes to say he's not, but he's definitely a music snob. Bless him. He knows what's like proper of like those genres. So when I kind of like suggest things, he's like, "That's not country." He's like, "This is country," and then he puts it on, and I'm like, "Oh, but that's not good country."
You like pop country?
I really like stuff with like a hook. Like it has to have a hook, otherwise I'm just not interested.
What do you think about Beyonce's new song then?
Funny enough, my missus asked me about this yesterday,
And you were like,
and I was just like,
slaps.
I was like, to be fair, I was like, if this gets you into country, then I'm all in for it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
So yeah, whatever. So yeah, no, it's kind of catchy in it, but no, it's pretty crap. Did you like it?
She's got me now.
Oh, that's it. You're in.
Phoenix loves it.
Oh, really?
So anytime I'm in the kitchen now, he's like, Texas song.
Texas song.
Texas song.
Texas song. Oh, I'll tell you what was cute. I took Mal to like his first gig, like back in, must have been like midway through last year or something. That Posty gig at
Yeah,
London.
I saw the videos of that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
like he loved it. It was actually well cool to see. Like
Yeah.
see him like jumping and like moving around,
You had
singing
quite
the
a good
words.
space area between
Yeah.
you guys, especially to have kids, because they could get rammed at.
Yeah, so we got really lucky.
Shows,
Like
right?
my sister and her fella, like through their company, they got like access to a box. So it meant that I could actually take him and not really worry too much about like his safety, I guess, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that did really help out.
You saw Posty as well, didn't you?
Did last year at the O2.
Yeah, so same one then, same show.
It was fucking great.
It was good, right? Really good.
You were in the nose. What's it called?
The
nosebleeds.
No, we were in the gold art exclusive area or whatever. I spent,
Oh, what, that golden circle bit? Yeah.
spent so much. We was like literally at the front on the railings. I spent so much on
Jeez.
them tickets because you know when you go on there to get them, you got to keep refreshing.
Yeah, I actually had tickets for that standing bit, and then and that was when I was just basically gonna just go me and the missus, and then I got to thinking, I was like, oh, actually, I should probably take my boy. He loves it, and yeah, that's when my sister said that. So yeah, I ended up getting rid of them ones and using that.
It was. We could see better when we moved back a little bit from the front as well. I feel like I'm too old for all that jumping around stuff now.
Okay, and then
Oh, that's why the rubber's not working.
go on. Why is it on like a really bad?
It's on spit shade.
Yeah. That's that's your brush set, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've been using that a lot recently, to be fair. Oh, stop saying that. Right, just put in a hint of a tongue there. And then I've been doing these little shapes in here as if it's kind of like you can't, but it's kind of meant to like show, like this bit here would kind of like be the gap on the gills from the other side. But they were like,
Oh, yeah, you're going that. deep
yeah,
into
but
it.
so yeah, that'll go like right the way through. But yeah, that's just something I've been tweaking and just adding with over the years.
Oh, what's the iPad?
Which
Right.
one? Mine?
Yeah.
Yep, pull out and put it back in. It did that before, didn't it? So should come back.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
you're
back.
all good.
Go back, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to tidy up this part of the drawer here because this kind of needs to look like it's all part of the same thing. So like, it'll make more sense if I join it up. So that's that, and then we'll just put like a break in it.
Yeah, no problem, Timothy. Thanks for joining.
And then
Yeah, tag us online if you're drawing with Ants, who's doing the lessons. Instagram is Mr. Cole, Mister Cole, Cole tattoo. So get on it. Send him some
Alright.
abusive messages or something.
I love the hate. Just get my algorithm working for me.
Is it Instagram been dead?
Oh mate, it's so bad. Like for me, like it's been really, really poor.
Yeah, it'd be hit and miss some days. Like it would be like, oh, I'm going to show this to 80% of your audience. You're like, yes, not the thing I would want you to show everyone, but yes. And then I'd put something up that I'm really proud with, and it's like, here's 600 people. And you're like,
It's like, yeah, like honestly, ag.
Even on like a smaller scale on mine, I'll post some like nonsense in my story, and it'll show it to 500-600 people.
Mental,
And I'm
right?
like, okay, cool. And then I'll post some flash that I've got available, and then I'll check the next day, and it's shown it to 80 people.
yeah.
Well, what the fuck are you doing to me, man?
Yeah, honestly, it's brutal.
Show this stuff to the 600 people.
I've been having to like, I don't know if this helps anyone by the way, like, but if I get a post that I put out and it starts gaining like a little bit of traction, or at least like starts having people like comment and stuff on it, then I've actually just used it as part of like my advertising cost now. So then I'll boost that post, which is annoying because it means you have to choose different music to go on it. Like they'll never let you use like proper artist music to like with a boosted post, will they? So I've been, just basically like sodding off the music and then just putting up a reel that once it gets a few likes and comments, I'll then boost for like probably pretty much like anything from like 2 weeks to like a full month, and just have it up the whole time, constantly boosted. And it does seem to do better.
Yeah. Do you find that you get like the returning clients? Do you ever have that? Do you ever get someone that comes in and says, I saw this on Instagram?
Yeah, that's been the really good thing about that method, to be honest, is that all those back pieces of like those big like Medusa heads and lady heads that I've been doing as those, they've all been like booked again and again because of like those boosted posts. So it has been helping getting in more of like, I'd say the good tattoos, they're all good, but I mean getting the stuff that really keeps someone like coming back and is quite like striking when you do end up posting up a finished thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think for anyone sort of like worrying about spending the money on Instagram in this day and age, I highly recommend it, to be honest. I think it's helped me out massively.
Well, Timothy's been a follower for years.
Ooh.
Saying,
cheers, man.
Already following for years. Peace sign.
Years. What a
Yeah,
ledge.
buddy.
What's a ledge?
Where are you based, Timothy? Where do you live?
Okay. Right, let's shall I start showing you people where I shade? Trying to think if this has actually got any breaks in it, so I can just do a really easy. If I can fill this. Just going through now, just trying to spot for any breaks in case anyone missed that. At least then I can just fill like a base layer colour.
I'm struggling to draw on your iPad.
Really?
Yeah. Feels so it feels like I'm drawing on the iPad for the first time.
No.
I'm getting through it though. It looks like this so far.
Oh yeah?
Little Sharky boy.
Yeah, just go shit, just blame the iPad, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to do an out power line around it, just so I know it's all good when it comes to colouring in. I wouldn't usually go this thick with an outline, to be honest, but I think it actually makes it easier for people to follow at home.
Oh, from Paris, new to the tattoo industry. Well, welcome.
Oi, oi.
Yeah, we just did a podcast today with Ant. That will be out this week. So you can check out Ant's story of how we got into the industry. Talk about a bunch of stuff really on there, don't we? So
Yeah. Make sure you got a nice pillow and duvet because it will definitely put you to sleep.
I've got to do that. Those ridges there. So shark. How are you getting on?
It's looking kind of sharky.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
relatively
Danny,
happy with
hey, how you doing, man?
that. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be out soon.
Let's see if I can fill this without losing everything. Right. I actually quite like a weird kind of sort of like warm light grey for my underbellies. So is this right? Let's do right. So if I do a mask isn't going to work. Am I going to have to start with a base layer to actually fill this in? Like if I fill this in and then rub out the edges, that's how I've done my last one. What's a Mike Stockings quick way of filling that shape with a colour?
So you go
Drop.
You go into the
I'm thinking about dragging, but I'm thinking, is it going to go if I've got a gap?
right. Go onto the tool where it's the squiggle. You know where you can draw lasso around certain bits? Go on that and go
And
onto
do
automatic.
Yeah.
Select the outside of everything. Automatic.
Automatic, yeah. Select the
out
outside.
of the shark, right? And now go to invert. Yeah. Go onto your layers and then go below it.
Below.
Yep.
Or below the outline.
Below the outline. Fill the layer.
Oh yeah, boy.
There you go.
Right, I need these little. I need to come back up your shop more often. Like, yeah, I'm just not. You see the way I go about my drawings when I do stuff. It is bad.
Dude, I do that though, but because for certain drawings, you can only do it with that because it's super solid on the outside.
Yeah, that's why I did it. So to try and
because sometimes when I do sketches and you can't do it, I'll just draw around. So
that's it. Right, I'm gonna just quickly nip to Lou. You all right?
Yeah, sure. Blasting a kneecap later. Okay. Any tips? So they're gonna have to have the right knee for it, I'm afraid. So it's depending on what it is, really. What is it that you're gonna be doing? Nice. Yeah, just keep working at it. You know, if you've got an apprenticeship, keep going at that. That's all good. Yeah, it takes a while to get it as a full-time job, I would say, but that's just like, you know, keeping it down to like taking care of your clientele, taking care of your artwork, you know, obviously you're here on live streams learning stuff, so that's always a big deal as well. There wasn't so much learning stuff like this, like especially when we learned, you know.
Okay.
I even showed that tip, and then mine just didn't do that. Just right, so automatic. Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah, you have to do the threshold.
Invert, yeah, threshold. And then fill layer.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
So let's get freehand. I'm gonna start putting in my.
I always have the knee bent. I always have it bent so that it is easier to do with the stretch. Stretch is the main thing. If the knee is like too relaxed, it's just hard work all round.
I didn't know sharks had knees. What are you on about?
Knees. Oh, talking to the chat. Yeah. Some questions coming in. What is it you're doing now?
Right, so I'm selecting inside this mouth.
Oh yeah, I can see the little dots. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, was it not really show up very well? So,
yeah, not so much.
So yeah, I'm basically just putting down all these base tones so people can quickly get an idea of where most of my colours go. And then it's obviously easier to sort of like show how to shade things from there if I've got them all on separate layers.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So you're isolating the mouth.
So I'm isolating the mouth. In fact, I will add to that right, selecting. Where's that gone? Oh no, I'm gonna have to do it again. All right, so I'm gonna do that again because I'm gonna add to that selection once I do it. That was annoying.
Do your sons draw a lot? Because they were drawing sharks last night, right?
Yeah,
Filling
so
in the teeth.
yeah, I'm like working on a shark print now. It's actually the shark bit's finished. It looks really cool to be fair. But I'm just messing around with how to do the background. So then last night when I was just getting onto the part of like erasing the colours to show the teeth, it was an easy bit for the boys to follow. So I was just like, just erase all the teeth for me. And I actually really liked doing it, bless them. So it was kind of cool. All right, and then we'll add to that selection and get the gills. Might also just do the eye as well. So I've got a bit.
I've done the mouth. Mouth is down inside. Cool.
I do not work as fast as you guys.
To be honest, I'm more concerned about like not getting stuff done while we're live. So this is
It doesn't
way.
need. Yeah, it doesn't need to be finished. It's you know.
Yeah, it shows people.
Yeah, I know you're on a time limit
the
anyway.
post.
So
Yeah, but even if I wasn't, like honestly, like it's just digital, isn't it? Like if you're painting and you're committed to that, then it's like, right, okay, well that's just the way it has to be. But when it's digital, oh man, you can just nitpick it all day long. All
endlessly
day long.
zoom in.
Honestly, it's just never ending.
Got a question for you. If you were doing this as a tattoo, what size would you do this?
Oh man, I've actually always just said as big as possible. Like I just don't care. Like you know, how some people say, oh, you wouldn't put that there because of like the flow of the body and where it goes. I'm like, the more obscure it wraps, the more I like it.
Okay.
So I'm actually kind of like a bit the opposite. Like obviously there's certain things and you just know, you see it and you're like, no, that looks crap there. But
yeah.
For the most part, bigger and better. I've started doing sleeves where, say someone's like, oh, I want an owl and I want it fighting this, and then I want like this thing in there, and you're like, all right, well you got like 4 things. I was like, why don't I just do an owl? And they're like, yeah, but I want these other bits. I was like, yeah, but if you just get an owl, I can have one wing going down the arm, one wing going up the arm, some talons up here, talons down there.
Yeah.
And, and you'll have a whole sleeve, which is the whole owl. And they're like, okay. And then when they see it, they're like, yeah, that's rad. But like it wraps all the way around the arm in loads of different directions.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just better. It's kind of like, that's when people catch the tattoo and they're like, oh, that looks cool. What is it? And then they like start following it around because they're trying to like suss out what it is. So, do you know what I mean?
It's like a puzzle then.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of cool. I like doing things like that. Okay, so let's get a nice light pink.
Hello, guys from Australia. To be fair, yes.
Oh, fuckers!
Welcome,
you fuckers. Oh, so annoying. So annoying. What is this? Spit grain. Is this a good brush, dude? Should I try this?
You want this? I'll show you the brush that you want to try.
Go on.
You want this one.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
That's the one that you are.
Is that on Power Tools?
That was the prototype for it.
Ah.
It's like proceeded.
Oh, okay.
Especially,
You send me that. You can send me that.
I'll send you that.
Oh, I can send it to myself.
You can send it now if you go on.
That's what I mean. Like, hold on. How did I do this the other day? You have to go on there. No.
Go swipe it.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, and then it gives you the option.
Where it's in the set. So, is it in this one? Is it in one of the early like? Got so much shit on here.
Yeah, no. This is the main worry I had about using your iPad. I was like, shit, there's gonna be everything on here.
Yeah. These are ones that I made.
Actually, yeah, these are good.
So I think it was that.
So that.
Share.
Yeah. Drop up. And then Ant Cole.
And Cole, let's go. Now I can use it as well.
Was it texture load?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that will be imported, right?
It should be. Right, okay. So let's get this pink on. Whoa, that's crazy. Right. Oh, you absolute doing that got rid of my selection.
Oh,
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hope there's no religious people here. Right, so yeah, I've got to go back through and reselect all of that.
Imported. Oh yeah, textured load. Let's see this. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, fuck it. I'm just doing this fucking crude now. I don't care.
I said, hey, from Cape Town. I should be working, but shark. Let's do sharks instead.
Oh, man. Cape Town, that's like dream destination for me with the sharks. After I put up that last video, I had some other like tattoo had been like, oh, it's like, it looks rad. He's like, but I fucking hate sharks. I was like, how can you hate sharks? It's like fucking.
It's like lost my arm to one.
Yeah. I was like, ah, oh. Even then you got like, it'd be like, well, it taught you how to learn to tattoo with your left hand then.
Yeah, life lessons. You know?
Exactly. Without that shark bite, it would never have worked out. Okey-dokey.
Pink baby. Yeah, buddy.
Now go
Good
through.
Look at the nice weather as well for how it's been.
It's cold though, and it's like deceptive out there. I couldn't believe how
Whoa,
cold
that's
it was
big.
yesterday morning.
Oh yeah.
Let's just reveal the teeth. And get rid of where there'd be these gaps.
See, now the draw with us has turned into real drawing sessions with friends. We're finally getting to socialise.
Yeah, it only took you a podcast to finally get me back up here.
Yeah. Thousands of pounds later, finally got Ant back.
Do you remember those days? And why don't you just come work up here?
Yeah. You should have at the time.
Every month. Just come work up here, Ant.
Well, you moaned so much before that I was like, you could stop moaning and just work here.
Yeah, I could. Could have just done that.
I like how all of ours are different in different ways. But yours looks closer to Ant's.
Mine is definitely worse.
Mine kind of looks like a tiger shark instead of like. Ant's got the quite a classic look of a great white shark.
I'm actually a bit annoyed about these teeth because they're all just like, there's too many teeth. The angle's not right. If the jaw had been more open, then it would like, I'd have another layer of like gum between that second and third row of teeth.
Yeah.
So it's all a little bit too on top of each other, to be fair. But there it goes again.
You're just gonna have to free ball it.
But I'm just gonna have to go with it. Time is of the essence.
Yeah.
And then okay, cool. So let's move on to. Let's see. Let's just put a bit of shadow in the mouth. So, right. Let me see if I've got this right. If I do that as reference, and then this next layer, I do a clipping mask, and then like this is probably going to go wrong, but I feel like this is what I learned from one of your tutorials.
Oh, Gareth has invited you to come shark cage diving in Cape Town.
I knew something good would come from this.
We get loads of people getting sharks tattoos after their experience. Wait, Gareth, do you do it, or do you know these people? Or do you work there? I don't know if I'd do that. Would you do that?
100,000,000%.
You would do it.
Oh, mate, I swam last year with bull sharks, like with no cage.
Fuck.
Yeah. And you know what's even more irresponsible about that is we were on the boat, we jumped in, it was fucking rad. And then I just heard them shouting and they're like, he wants to come in, he wants to come in. And I've looked up and they've got Malachi, who was like 6 at the time, his little thing on and that. And me and Bernice are like, yeah, bring him into in shark infested waters. And honestly, they let him come in.
Damn.
They like, he swam like next to me, like my arm around him and that, holding him.
Yeah.
And then, mate, best experience of my life. It was insane.
Wow.
And then afterwards, we were on the boat back, and me and Bernice were like, probably shouldn't have done that. It's like, and we've talked about it recently. We're like, would you do it again? And we're like, don't know.
Yeah,
Not sure. Not sure it was like a great parenting move, but great experience.
Yeah.
And we're here to tell the tale. So,
Yeah.
but in all honesty, like the people that took us out on that, they were like, it like just doesn't happen. They like ran that expedition for like 20 years or something. They've never had any accident.
Yeah, they would have been the first to say.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast actually, with what's his name? That acoustic guy. He was big in like the 2000s.
Oh, Dashboard Confessional guy.
No,
I
it was
thought I had it then.
banana pancakes and stuff like
What the
that.
hell is that? Oh, I don't know what that is.
Jack Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jack Johnson. And he was talking about when he used to go surfing with his dad when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he was like in Hawaii. So he was like, the waves were massive. My dad would just drag me on the board. And he was like, there was plenty of times I'd like fall in and under. And my dad would just like surf back around and pick me up. It's like, looking back at it, it was really dangerous.
That's mad, isn't it?
You know. But
No, I'm built for land.
I'm built for land. Okay. Right, let's do this back body part. Right, let's just go. Trying to think how to do this on the pad now. That makes sense.
if you don't have a preferred style,
What's that?
David, it's just time for you to, like, you know, kind of search for what you do, you know, what interests you about certain styles, and mark them all down. Sometimes when I'm feeling in a rut and I want to do different styles, I'll note some things that I like about everything and then try and find a middle ground with them, you know. It doesn't always work out where it like clusters into one idea, but it kind of gets you in the right direction. Oh wait, so Gareth, all of you, he says, I own the studio and tattoo the clients. Some amazing stories.
Rad.
So you could go there. Is that with great white sharks?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. That's
I don't
so
know,
good.
man.
Dude, what? Even in a cage?
Mate, I saw a cage video and the
yeah,
fucking shark was
where
in
the guy
it.
yeah, that's mad.
Yeah,
That
I
is
was like,
mad. That. Yeah, that's so good. No, I
in
don't.
the shark. The shark is in the cage. The one thing it shouldn't be.
Oh, that's jokes. Why is it doing that? Oh, that's why.
Mark, the dead vegan 420's back. Drawing sharks.
What's up, Mark?
Yeah, it's great whites.
Yeah, of course it is.
How many do they stay by themselves, great whites? Or do they do like packs?
No,
Imagine a
normally
pack
they're
of them.
solitary, you know.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
In there, there's like 10 of them.
All trying to get in the cage.
I would be gone. Well, I wouldn't be gone because I'm shit at swimming. Not even that great on land.
You're not even a great white of the land.
Oh, that's brilliant. Not even that great on land. Not even. Fucking quality. I'm literally just picking brushes at random here.
So what do you think about live streaming
Um,
now that you're on?
like honestly, it's fine. But I was concerned. I'm still a little bit concerned, to be honest, because I'm not very good at explaining myself, and often I'm all right at forgetting the camera's there.
Yeah,
But
well,
then I'm also like, oh, I'm doing a live thing. I need to be telling people what I'm doing, and I'm just not.
Yeah, the main focus for these was really like a like a draw with friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the vibe for it. Really.
Oh, okay, that's
it was
cool.
like I should have said that at the start.
It's fine. We're good.
And seeing the evolution of a design through it there is really helpful for some people, so tiger sharks are my favorite. Great whites are solitary. Tiger sharks are more aggressive though, right?
I mean, from all the videos I've seen, it just doesn't really seem like any are. Like now, like honestly, like the amount of people that go out on these like just free diving things with them, and it's just all like they're always with a shark expert that's like knows behaviour. And I suppose you're never really going to see a bad one, are you? Because they wouldn't get any business. But yeah, like the way they manage the sharks and stuff is mad. Apparently, it's all about like transferring your like I don't know, like your presence as like you are an apex predator, and then they will leave you alone. And it's like you got like, the one thing they told us is like you always have to like look them in the eye, don't break eye contact.
But how do they know what your eyes are?
Because I suppose it's like anyone, like that, even if you're like
but with a mask on and shit like
yeah, but that, like you normally get the impression, even if someone's like 100 feet away from you, you can tell if someone's looking at you or not. You know what I mean? There's like it's kind of sense, isn't there? It's weird. Yeah, like you can tell. Like so that's all they said to us. Is like, and it's a safety thing as well. You know, like don't take your eyes off the shark because
of course.
Like, why would you? Why would you?
It would
do
be the
that?
last thing you see.
It'd be the last thing you don't see.
Yeah. Well, I saw a video of like a woman swimming, and she was like doing a voiceover just casually for Instagram. One of those things. Being like, anytime you're in, in the presence of a great white shark, and I'm like, right, I definitely need to watch this, just in case this happens. And she just like the shark comes up to her really quite quick as well, and she just like bats its nose away, and it kind of was like, oh,
that's it. That's it. Like they just,
it's like, oh,
yeah, it's mad.
I'm doing something else now. I was like, what the fuck? Some Jedi mind tricks on the fucking shark or something? How have you done that? I see. Look, there's and then another one. There's a person who's training sharks. Like, what the hell? How can you train a shark?
That's mad.
David, I think the thing is like you should always just be promoting something that you enjoy. So you have to find it. Like Neotrad can be like popular in some parts of the world, some whatever. Your geographically, sorry, you might not even be in a position where people like that kind of stuff. I meet so many artists that like they actually fell into a style because the demand for that style was there. You might know about this. Like, so there's a lot of like people who end up doing black and gray, and I've worked with them, and they're really, really good artists. And they would say, yeah, you do know that I used to try and do like Neotrad before. That was my thing. And then, and it just so happens that now they do, black and gray because it's, it's geographically people like that in that area of the world. Like if you're in Southern California, you're going to be flooded with black and gray as opposed to, Neotrad maybe. I don't know, but it's just to be anyone that's trying to like get over a message of their art or what they do. It always stems from how much you enjoy it. They can see that. If you're doing something and it's forced, there's no point doing it. Blue sharks and most others are okay. Unless they think you're food, see? I'd be too like foodie, I think.
Yeah, I look like they'd look at me like trying to bob up and down in the water and then go, that one looks fucking tasty. Full of fried chicken.
Yeah, you'd be like, damn, I wish I didn't eat that KFC on the way here, man. They're gonna smell it through my blood.
Smell my cholesterol.
Yeah.
that?
Your shading of the shark.
Yeah, but I'm going to do where I drew that line in. That's where I'm going to do another little bit in a second. I actually didn't want that line there, but.
So how was the week off? The kids being off and stuff. Did you get up to much?
Yeah. Funny enough, we went. Where was it? We went to that Hot Wheels 4x4 thing. Not 4x4, like monster truck thing. They done over at the O2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, honestly, like it just so happened to be. It was just like one of them things. It's like I didn't know it was on, and then someone told me literally the day before, and I was like, "Oh, boys, I love that." So yeah, we done that. But yeah, at the minute I'm solo dad in it. Bernice is away, working. Mate's in Colombia for 3 weeks on work.
Jeez.
Yeah, man, 3 weeks. I've done 2 on my own before, so I knew I could do it. But yeah, 3 weeks, and she comes back. She's obviously gonna have a killer tan, all cool stories, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I was here with the kids. But I did some drawing with Mike.
Yeah.
Online.
Check it out. Make sure
I know
you
you
like
suck
and
at
subscribe. Right, as tattoo is not my main activity, I'm more focused on my style. Neotrad is not really a preferred style in France. But anyway, prefer to create something I like than focus on commercial stuff. Yeah, really, that's the way. Yeah, David, we were talking about this literally on the podcast. So this will actually come out this week. So different perspectives from different artists, I guess, from what they would want to see in a portfolio. But really, that's down to who you go see, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
what shop you walk into. So yeah, some people might be put off by having a style that you do all the time, but some people might really enjoy it. But yeah, it just depends where you're walking into these days. It's more if you're focusing on having a portfolio for yourself, all that other stuff will come afterwards. If you're happy and you think I'm ready to show this to people, then that would be a good time to be walking into, shops and seeing what they think, getting some feedback, And so you're on Patreon, you said, so you can send me your stuff, and you can send that through the I Heart Everywhere account. Oh, Chris is in the chat. It says tell Ant.
Nolan.
No, it's my brother.
Oh,
Chris
that
Stockings.
Chris.
Yeah. He says tell Ant he's still my tattoo hero and he's so damn handsome.
Now I'm just really uneasy.
No, don't adapt to the shop. I think your way to kind of get in the door with the shop is obviously down to the shop, but like people change all the time. This is the thing. I was actually watching an interview the other day. I can't remember the girl's name, unfortunately, but she was talking about her career in tattooing and how everyone kind of like dogged her at the shop for doing like anime tattoos all this time because she was like, I'm interested in it. I'm going to have the most fun doing it. So my clients are going to get the best result from it, And this was years back. So she's really far ahead of the anime scene now that it's big. But she stuck with it then, even though everyone in her shop was like, they used to write on the forums. I remember it was a scene that she wrote, it was like stupid anime shit or something like that. And that was her booking form. And then she would go and do the clients or whatever. So everyone didn't understand it, but it didn't matter. But now she's, a super successful artist from sticking to something that she enjoyed doing, So, and at the top of her game for it. So, like, you don't have to do what the shop does because if you go into a shop and it's not the right environment, they could, put you into something completely different, that you're not that into. But kind of have to kind of sniff it out. You're going to be going into a lot of tattoo shops, really.
Alright, I'm going to start adding some shadows to the underside. Let's go with...
I like the color scheme on yours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've always kind of like stuck to it. So I think it's like what I know.
It's like that pink shade in your shop.
Yeah. There you go. It's obviously like just what I know. It's what I know.
You're going for the same structure.
I'm struggling with working at this speed, mate. I've fucked everything.
There's no pause button for you.
There's no pause button for you.
I've drawn over my lines like 4 times. I'm like, no.
To be honest,
if I
I'm
got rid of it now, I'd be.
mate. If it helps, I'm doing the same. Like I know I do it time and time again, but I am actually there's bits here that would not be here. Like what is that? That's obviously where I've cut something out.
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't normally be there.
I had it a second ago where all my lines were grey. I thought, I don't know what I've done.
Yeah, and that looks worse for getting rid of it. So I'm just gonna put it back in there.
Well, aren't we having fun?
I'm having fun.
That's what it's supposed to be. Just a little chill out. Didn't we laugh?
Didn't we laugh?
Got invited to go to see sharks,
Yeah, exactly.
and we'll do a guest spot there, and we'll all sit on the beach and let Ant go and see if the sharks are. So come back and tell us if it's safe. If you don't come back, we'll know.
Oh crap! I did all that on the wrong bit. Oh, don't care.
Do you know you don't want it to get there, and then the shark's like, "That's that guy that draws us. Get him." So anyone got any difficult tattoos coming up or difficult drawings they got?
Trying to think of my own stuff if I have actually.
Got anything hanging over your head? Do you look too far forward into your books? You know, like when you do a day-to-day, it stresses me out if I do that.
Yeah, no, I much prefer just to sort of know what I've got coming in the next couple of days, maybe like 3-4 days tops.
Yeah.
Just kind of work with that.
How many days are you working at the moment?
Normally 5 days, like Tuesday to Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how about you?
I do Tuesdays to Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got your Saturdays off.
Saturdays off because Emily owns, because she's got the piercing place.
Yeah.
It's the busiest day then.
Yeah, true.
You know, so
Makes sense.
yeah. Chris is drawing along with us.
I'm losing my layers now. Where have I put that?
Doing neo-trad woman's hair right now. Wish I was drawing sharks. Just add a shark. Just add it in the hair. And then convince the client.
Oh, somehow done it in the pink. Whatever. What was I
yeah,
gonna do next?
going into the shop. It's more common to go into shops and have portfolios now, you know, and handing them out. So, you know, it's not stupid to walk into a shop and show them your thing, but don't walk into a shop and show them your Instagram. Don't do that. Have it presented in some way that shows that you like care about it. And like, you know, even if you have like different colors of different styles of art, like different mediums, like we was talking earlier in the podcast about like, when you had all of your stuff from uni
Yeah,
and stuff
that's
like
it.
that,
Had it all.
having a background of art goes a long way. At least that's something that I look out for
Yeah.
with people. If they've come in and just shown like generic tattoo designs,
I'm always going to be more interested in someone that's into art than into tattooing.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Or like wants to get into tattooing, because at that stage, who's actually into tattooing? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, because art in tattooing is so different these days. I think like there's so much that people are doing with tattoos
Yeah.
that like the lid's off now.
Yeah.
There's some people that are doing some crazy
stuff.
solid, stuff that people would say 10 years ago that would never hold up.
Yeah.
But they're proving them wrong. So
This is it.
we haven't got long now, and
Yeah.
timekeeping. You did pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
You've done pretty good for
I'm actually
your...
like, yeah, I'm pretty happy with
You're
that.
going to do yellow in the eye.
Probably, yeah.
Ice lemon. And now you've drawn it on my iPad. I'm going to tattoo it on someone.
I was actually waiting to use that. Weird.
Yeah, sometimes it like deletes it. I don't know why.
That's all good.
Oh, just checking. It's 2:00 today, Joe. That's your appointment.
Yeah.
In there.
2:00 today, Mark.
Getting a shark mark.
Not bad timing, actually, to be fair, is it?
Yeah. It's going to have to get a shark now.
Yeah. Big old shark.
Really, really rough. I actually didn't realise all of this grey earlier was going behind these teeth. So
You've got Mr.
I'm just making do.
Mr. Cole tattoo on your...
Yeah. To be fair, I thought that made sense, because then it was like,
Everyone knows
people
it's
can't
yours.
bloody nick it, yeah. Let's do... Whoa.
It's going fully.
Just doing my thing. This is the method. So fuck it.
It makes it look so like deep now, those ridges, doesn't it? Like you can see that's cut in.
Yeah, it's almost like cutting. Yeah. And then I'd probably, to be honest, just to finish up, wherever I put that base layer, I would then go into that, and I'd actually just erase bits or put white over the top again, or like just an even lighter shade of grey, just to bring out like certain bits. So mainly around the nose, to be fair, to be honest. Change it. So let's see if this works.
What's your policy on showing the client a work in progress sketch, say for a half day tattoo, rather than a full back? I never send anyone any final stuff because so many people just like steal it, and then like if you've paid a deposit, like I don't take a huge deposit. So if someone just wanted to get a design, and I was in the routine of like sending them before, you could get like quite a cheap drawing out of it. Do you know what I mean? So like I would do like show people like plans and stuff so that they know they're in safe hands. But it depends on how your client is. Like an in-person consultation is always like nicer, I guess, especially with like the bigger pieces. I understand a lot of people travel these days though, don't they, to get tattoos. So, you know, maybe having some kind of like, you know, communication with them before or during the email process. But then you kind of open it up to people to like, you know, give direction, which is fine if you're looking for that out of them as well. But yeah. All the little details going in now.
Just those little bits. I think I'm relatively happy with there it is for a quick drawing, to be honest. So
looks good.
I'll probably leave it there. Yeah.
Yeah, nice one, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever worked that bloody quick in my life. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like when I saw you done those roses or whatever the other day, and they were all like fully coloured, I was like, I didn't plan for colour. I saw it on one of your iPads earlier. It was like a draw with you, and I think there was like some roses or something you were doing. Yeah. So when I saw them and they were full colour, I was a little poo in my pants. I was like, crap, how am I going to do that in time?
Nah,
so,
no.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's pretty. It's funny how it's sort of looking at it actually, like makes you kind of. It's like, it's because of the time I've stripped it back from what I would normally do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting actually.
You're seeing kind of like the first phase, and it's fully rendered. Yeah. Right, I'll finish up with these questions, guys, and then we're gonna head off. So, cool. Thank you. I had a few bad experiences with it. One today, but I've worked with people who never ever show anything until they turn up. Yeah, it's quite common as well. Here's a question. At which point do you tell the customer to go and figure what they actually want? When every concept you send needs to be changed. Yeah, I will always say to them to send as much as they have before, right?
I always say that.
Because I could send stuff for days. I'm not a mind reader, so
I'm actually always better with that. I know a lot of people like to not have like anything. They literally want the bare bones. So they do their own thing.
Yeah.
But I actually think that like not necessarily how picky the client is, but if they are really intent on getting these things, then like the more info I have helps me build the tattoo for them. I think that goes back to what I was saying in that podcast about like how my style changes.
Yeah.
And it's based on the client. Like because the client will show me things and you kind of like you get a feel for the vibe of what they're after.
Yeah.
So then the more stuff just makes it easier to get what they want.
Let them do the legwork, really. Some red flags for apprenticeships. What would you guys say are some red flags whilst doing an apprenticeship?
I'd definitely say about having more apprentices in front of you. I think if you're not the only apprentice, I think that's that's not a good place to be.
No.
So yeah, if they've got more apprentices, then long that one. What else did you say?
Your Jimmy's gonna have to go, mate.
I forget you've got two actually, didn't you? But yeah, but you wouldn't really be one though, would you?
Huh?
Is he really still down as apprentice?
Well, he's like in his first years, isn't he?
Yeah. I think there's a
He's
difference
ahead.
though.
There was a stage,
I think there's a difference, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell it's like when you have some shops that are like, we have a good staff here, you know, to do it.
Yeah.
Some shops, if they're bigger, that's fine. But like even like when I went to Der Grimm in Berlin, they have massive shop with loads of
I've
us.
heard that
they still only have 2 apprentices.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's as much time as you can give them, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that comes from me from being somewhere where I had 2 in front of me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was
3
like,
is a lot.
3 is a lot.
Yeah.
And then I can even remember how long it was because I was tattooing before, because obviously I ended up leaving there. So I was tattooing before the other guy was tattooing that was second in line.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so.
What other red flags would you say?
It's hard, innit? Because when you're like at that level, like, what's a bad tattoo? Do you know what I mean? You kind of want to get your foot in the door. So
yeah, I guess if they're doing drugs, is a red
that
flag.
stuff, like, I mean, that's got to be a no-brainer, right? Like, I was like, sorry, have we got to accommodate for common sense in this question as well? I'm sorry, dude.
You never know. You never know. But yeah, any kind of stuff like that. I think as well as like, I would say artists that hate other styles.
Oh yeah, no,
you know, where they're so vocal, there's no room for like caring about anything else.
No, exactly.
And they'll just kind of keep you in some place that you don't want to be in.
It's stupid,
you know. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. But yeah, I think that's all it. So yeah, thanks you guys for joining, and have some new stuff coming to the Patreon. So we're going to be doing some more live streams in the future. So if you guys get over to Patreon and sign up, I've got some new designs coming out this week, and Chris is in the middle of editing the new video. So see you guys on there.